I know that I'm not the only person who sometimes knows what's good for me, but for one reason or another, I just don't do it. This week, let's actually show up for ourselves and keep the promises we make for ourselves to make sure that we're living our best lives. Showing up for ourselves means that we're doing the work that needs to get done and make the choices that promote our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. I know that it can be hard sometimes, but in this video, let's do this together. Our wellness journey starts with recognizing that change is both possible and needed in our lives. That's the crucial first step to entering our productive girl era. We sit down and think about our life and realize that we're not living up to our full potential and that there are so many untapped opportunities out there if we can find the motivation and the discipline to pursue them. And not because we owe it to anybody else, but because we owe it to ourselves to live the best life we can and to make the most of the one chance life has given us. This is what should inspire us to get started, to not settle for how things already are, and most importantly, to keep trying when things get difficult. Hello, my besties. I know that it's not technically summer yet, it's still spring, but it just feels so much like summer. And I want to make the best of this weather because you know that Canadian winters are just not it. So this weekend, sit down and ask yourself what your dream life really looks like. Think about what has so far made you happiest in your life, what you really care about, and what you want to achieve. Most importantly, what kind of person do you want to become? And then ask yourself, am I really doing everything I need to do to make this happen? Probably not. I remember just a couple of years ago, I was so extremely depressed when I was in university. I was not treating myself correctly. I was not eating healthy foods. And I felt really bad every single day, and I just didn't know how to get out of this. But you want to approach this process from a place of self-compassion and not self-criticism or contempt. It doesn't do us any good to think about how terrible we're doing for ourselves, and it's not motivating at all. It's not about beating ourselves up over our past failures to become our best selves or holding ourselves to someone else's standards. Instead, it's about acknowledging the amazing potential within each of us, the passions we could pursue, the goals we could achieve if we didn't let the fear, procrastination, and other hurdles get in our way. Most of us have just begun to imagine the different possibilities for our lives, and doing that can definitely be so scary, but in the end, it's the only way to live our true best life. So remember that even though staying stuck in the present might feel safe and comfortable, it's also the best way to guarantee that our dreams never become a reality. We have to own our lives and take full responsibility for them so that we can put self-doubt to the side and really become your dream self both inside and out. Hi, good morning. I feel like I barely talked to you guys face to face yesterday, so sorry about that. How are you guys doing today? How are you feeling? How's the weather where you live? Personally, yesterday it actually started raining in the evening time, but now it looks like the skies are really clear and it's not too sunny, but it's not glooming either. So it's like the perfect weather to go outside, maybe for a walk. But I'm just doing my skincare routine as per usual. I'm on my period and I've gotten 0 breakouts, so that's fantastic. I'm always so thirsty when I wake up. But today, let's continue showing up for ourselves, doing the things that we know are good for us, even though sometimes we don't want to. Ignore all the laundry I have to fold. I feel like being an adult sometimes is like constantly folding laundry. There's nothing more dangerous than our comfort zones. Think about how many times you've shrunk into your room, under your blanket, rotting in bed, where you can turn on your phone and scroll away the day. How many times have you distracted yourself away from your priorities and responsibilities? And ask yourself, have you ever not regretted it? Becoming your dream self is about confronting our problems head on, focusing on the habits and mindset that will carry us where we want to go. We have to break free from the patterns we're stuck in, find new approaches that match our newfound ambition. So something that you can do is, for the next month, we can give ourselves the goal each day of doing something that's both new and uncomfortable and good for you as well. If you've always wanted to go to a workout class or run outside, then do that. Even if you don't think that you can do it every single day, just start with once a week. You want to prove to yourself that change is possible, and that even though not everything is in your control, much about your life absolutely is. And by telling ourselves that we can't do better than we already are, curling up into bed where it's warm instead of hitting the gym, we end up with the self-fulfilling prophecy, and often digging ourselves a hole that's deeper than the one we're already in. Real safety and comfort is found in the knowledge that no matter what life throws our way, we can handle it, and that's what being that girl is all about. And if we refuse to leave our comfort zone, there's no way we can ever make that happen. I have a meeting in about 20 minutes, so I'm just gonna set up my desk near the couch. I want to work in the living room today because it's just so sunny and so bright, and I really love that. But prior to that, I'm just gonna edit a little bit until the meeting starts, and then finally have to tackle all of that laundry. Doing well today. Yesterday I had a really massive headache when I was doing my laundry. Like, I actually didn't even finish doing all of the laundry. There's still one more bag over here, but instead of going to the gym, instead of like finishing the rest of the laundry, I just decided to take the rest of the day to heal my headache because I'm on my period, and you guys know that period headaches are actually the worst. It's actually debilitating. But this morning I felt so much better. I had a workout class. I'm so glad I decided to book a class there finally, because I had the biggest anxiety doing so. You guys know I'm a person who really enjoys my routine. Like, every day I basically have the same routine, morning routine, night routine, and sometimes trying new things and getting out of your routine can feel really scary. But if we never push ourselves to do something new or try something different, then we'll never be able to grow, because all of these different things that are currently in my routine are things that are different and were scary and were new in the past. What I'm trying to say at the end of the day is, if you guys have something that you've been wanting to try for a really long time but are too scared to do it because you're scared of other people judging you, you're scared of if it goes wrong, or just afraid of something new, this is your sign to take that chance and do it, because you never know. And the worst thing that could happen is, like, you don't like it, or it doesn't work out the way that you thought it would, and then you would just move on. That's definitely happened to me in the past. Like, tried something new, didn't work out, maybe it affected me for a little bit in the moment, but then just move on to the next thing, and that's pretty much it. But overall, it was really fun, and I'm glad that I got my workout in today. Overall, proud of myself for not letting my anxieties get the best of me and actually doing the thing. No matter what we want out of life, if we don't learn to take care of ourselves along the way, we're just not going to make it. We have to learn to deal with what life throws our way, because no matter who we are, things will not always go to plan. And when we start to veer off course, we can quite easily start to engage in things like negative self-talk or fatalistic thinking, which of course only make things worse. How many times have we caught ourselves saying stuff like, I'm just not good enough, or I just don't have it in me anymore, or even, I'm so sure pressure, no one likes me. It can be really hard from the inside to convince ourselves that these thoughts are not true. But really, the next time you catch yourself talking like this, ask yourself, how many times have you heard your friends say things like this about themselves when it was obviously not true? And how many times did you respond to a mistake your friend made by talking to them like this? It's so easy to be excessively pessimistic when we're stuck inside our own heads, and imagining someone else saying the things that we say to ourselves about themselves can be a really effective way of realizing how crazy these thoughts really are. And of course, the journey to becoming your dream self is just that, a journey, and not something that happens overnight. It's not something that you can compare your own journey to other people are, because everybody has different circumstances that they might not talk about on the outside. And sometimes in the moment, things can happen that you don't expect, and the key is to be kind even when that's the case, to believe in yourself and to know that with enough effort and dedication, you have the power to transform yourself and your own life all the way until your dream life is a reality. You can't wait for anybody to save you or to change you. You can't be too focused on other people's lives and neglect your own, because you are the only person who can change your own life and make your dreams a reality, even if you fail, no matter how hard and difficult it may seem. You just have to take the first step. There's no one way to become that girl or your dream self, because being that girl just means living the life you want for yourself no matter what anyone else thinks. And as much as we have in common, ultimately we all want different things for ourselves, and that's okay. What matters is that we live authentically and unapologetically according to the values that we believe in, because at the end of the day, we only have one story to author. So we should make sure that the one we tell is truly our own.